I'm starting to think the people who bang on about communication and confronting problems and talking their shit don't actually do that, because real confronters know that that is a very dangerous territory to be in. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I'm getting ready for work ish. So let's discuss confrontation, because it's been on my mind so much recently. Just how I feel like I've been kind of bamboozled or tricked into thinking that confronting issues is the end all be all. It like makes you this really successful person relationship wise. You're gonna have the best friendships. It's gonna show you really trust and love people, and friendships, relationships, any kind of relationship can be fixed by talking. It's not true. And I'm not neurodivergent, not to my knowledge anyway. I wouldn't really consider myself on the spectrum just because I don't feel many struggles. But I feel like in this element, I can see why someone would assume I'd get on better with a neurodivergent person, just because I'm quite direct. I don't like fluff. I hate fluff, actually. I do take it as an insult. And it feels like a lot of conversations are very indirect, very fluffy, and just not honest. Um, I have learned that confronting, I'm going to talk about women a lot because most of the people in my life are women, obviously, because I'm a girl. Most of my friends are girls. I've been in three relationships. Apart from that, I don't really speak to guys that aren't my brother or my cousins. And I don't think I've ever had to confront my cousin. Like, it's not that serious. Like, we're close, but we're not that close. So, the only men in my life I've confronted are a couple, sometimes the guys I'm dating, but it's like, it just does not compare to how many women I have in my life, basically. And I feel like confronting a situation, for that to be successful, you need someone who is a good listener, is quite humble and okay with finding out that they've hurt someone, or finding out that they're not who they think they are in their head all the time, which is absolutely fine, but a lot of people don't want to admit that. And someone else who also likes to confront issues. And when I say that, I mean someone else who will give you the grace of bringing up a problem the same way you would. Because otherwise, when you confront something, what I found is that people either they project, they kind of like tell you all these things they've been thinking of you, or maybe they've not been thinking it, but sometimes it pops into their head and they just never confront it or think about it or bring it to you to question it. They either bring up things that they just have, building up tension or resentment about you, or they flip it onto you and go, well, you did this before, which is why I did this. Like, they do that whole blaming you. They might even bring up an issue that they've been apparently wanting to bring up, but they never did. And they say, "This is my time, because how dare you bring an issue to me when I've got an issue about you?" Which is like the stupidest thing. Or some people will literally just shut down and just disappear from your life. That's the end of the relationship. So if you've got all these negatives that could happen from confronting someone, and the only positives are you guys come out stronger, you understand each other more, why would I want to take that risk? And a lot of people will say, those aren't your real friends and blah blah blah. I think it's exhausting to keep wondering who's my real friend. Like, so I got to a point where, and I hate having like fake people around me. I love loyalty, I love honesty, and the concept of having friends around me who were anything but that used to like make me feel sick. But I think a part of my maturing and growing up, it has just taught me that, do you know what, you might not fully trust everyone, and you might not have this like undeniable friendship where you guys are just like the best of friends or the best of whatever. But it is kind of easier to have a couple friends and just know how to deal with them than to have to keep dealing with friendship breakups and questioning yourself. And like, like, I'm just so anti confrontation now. Like, there's a handful. Sorry if that's like if you had that. It's my best friend. There's a handful of people that I have confronted, and we've come out the other end like really happy that we had that conversation. And those are the people that I love so dearly, because I think the reason I am so grateful is because I know how rare that is. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, she took that so well, we're amazing, like I love her so much, if it was something that I was used for. And that says a lot. If it was something that I was used to, and that says a lot to me. You know, you appreciate things more when they're so much harder to find. And I don't think people are honest about that. I think a lot of the people who keep banging on about communication either don't communicate and haven't seen the repercussions of that communication in question, or I don't know, maybe when they communicate, they're just not fully honest and open, and they walk on eggshells, and they do things that, this primer is so nice. It smells of marshmallows. Oh, I love it. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into communication, and for me, the most important thing for my life partner is accountability. I completely understand that sometimes people get angry, upset, defensive. I've probably done it as well. I've definitely done, let me just take my phone away because that is annoying. I've definitely done that. I can't actually recall, but I know, like, I am human. I have definitely taken offense when, you know, my mum accuses me of something, when a partner goes, why the hell would you do that? Like, I've definitely been that kind of person that is just like, how dare you assume I had those intentions, and how dare you bring this up to me when we're having such a good day? Like, I've definitely done these things, but one thing about me, I will come back and say sorry. Like, if it takes me the night to sleep on it and go, bloody hell, like, that was not okay. If it takes me a couple days, the longest I've gone and not apologized to someone, and bear in mind I was 16, it was my school best friend, I was 16. I think I got in contact with her, was I 16? I was 18. And I think I got in contact with her again when I was about 21, which is like 5 years. And the way I got back into and apologized to her is a very long story, but I loved it. I'll never do that again. I'll never wait 5 years. But I was a silly kid, and I was just not being fair, and she wasn't being fair kind of either, and we just both apologized to each other. But anyways, I will never go that long without apologizing to someone, because everyone has emotions, everyone gets heated, everyone can get defensive, but I love a person who can come back later, acknowledge it was crazy, and move on. You don't even get that. You don't get that with most people. You just get all that defensiveness, and either you're cut off, or you hate them because they didn't take it well, or they hate you because how dare you think that about them. And then it just kind of creates such a mess that I'm just so done with it. Like, the way I decide whether I'm going to confront a situation now is, who is this person to me? Even if they're a friend, do I need to confront it? Like, what is the best case scenario? And is that best case scenario worth the risk? Most of the time it's not. Unless it's like my mum, my best friend, my boyfriend. Men will always get a confrontation out of me, because no, like, there's no way I'm apparently meant to marry and live with you, and I'm just gonna like decide, oh, should I bring this up, should I not? Obviously, a little tiny thing like, you've left this on the shower, maybe I'll do it once. I wouldn't create too much of a fuss that's gonna like create anxiety. But when it's a very serious thing that I can see becoming a massive issue with kids and stuff, then of course you have to talk about that with men. But with my friends, I will only confront my closest of closest friends that I would trust with my life. Anyone else, I'm not confronting, because, and another way I can tell whether I want to confront someone is if they've ever confronted me. I've had friends where I know that they're feeling a type of way, that something has happened between us and we're both feeling it, but they've never ever sat me down and said, let's have this conversation. And I've noticed I have often been the one to do that. And I just realized, hold on, like, that is actually a massive sign of respect to keep bringing something up with someone, to talk about it, not to talk about with someone else, not to bitch, not to gossip with someone, a party who's not even involved, but to actually give each other the chance to communicate and all of that, and get your feelings out and just clarify the intentions and how we can move forward. If I've noticed I'm the one that does that, I'm not confronting you. That's another way I decide, is this person worth confronting? And I find it very, very difficult to lose friendships. Like, I struggle with it every day, and I don't think the people around me understand it. A lot of people, I feel like they're very inconsiderate with those situations with me. And I must just take it differently to them, and that's fine. But I would rather just know my place in someone's life and just be very careful than go through the ups and downs of losing a friend, that, especially if they're entangled with anyone else in my friendship group or my town, it is literally so exhausting that I'd rather just slowly just phase them out into a category that I can deal with, into a category where it can be like hi and bye, or we can hang out every few months, in a situation where I can look after myself, because I will never put myself in any other situation. But yeah, I mean, confrontation. It's a sad one, because I do think it's an amazing thing, but I just had to be real with myself and say, you can't just keep bringing up all your feelings. It's a lie, it's a scam. People, there's only certain people that deserve that honesty from you, and it's people that confront you as well, and it's people who say sorry. People who don't do that, you're just asking for a volcanic eruption of emotions, and you're going to lose respect for them. And sometimes ignorance is bliss, and I've always wanted this tattooed on myself. I might even get it done in another language. That has saved me from so much. Sometimes I just don't want to know. I just want to focus on the things I love. I do still want a community around me. I don't want a community of bad people. I just want a community of decent people and amazing people. So yeah, I don't know. I struggle with it. It makes me sad. It makes me annoyed, because I feel like whenever someone confronts me, like my best friend, I'm very quick to go, oh shit, I upset you, I'm sorry. I'll explain myself. I won't do that again. Let's move on. Why can't I get that? It's crazy. Anyways, that is my rant about confrontation today. I'm trying to keep these videos to not too long, but hey ho. Oh, I look like a ghost, but I will finish this off after this. So yeah, thanks for being here. Please subscribe, because I'm going to keep doing, I've been doing things like this, so I'm going to keep doing it, because I like to rant / I don't even know, but yeah.